So tell me, good friend, how do you feel about Gears being open world? Let me reword that. Why do you think that's the dumbest idea anyone's ever had?
Well, it's dumb because again, I feel it's them chasing the high that is Breath of the Wild from 2017.
It really does kind of sound like an idea that was made years ago. It's one thing to turn a game into an open world. It's another thing to do it to fucking Gears of War in the current
But at the same
year as well.
but
Like
but at the
everyone's
same
doing open
time too,
world games now.
you
Stop.
you also go back to Gears 5 and you see the inklings of this with them saying, "Here's your open world snow area, but you can't fight in the open world snow area until you get off of the moving thing, and then we're going to do that again but with sand."
The open world in Gears 5 was so bad. Like this wasn't a time to like, you know what? Let's keep working on it. It's like, no, it's get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Why do this? Why do this?
Why do this? Why do the thing?
Do the thing.
I was trying to make me, and then I saw this haircut and I was like, "Oh, you know what?
There it
It
is.
might be Captain Costanza for this run."
Welcome to trend setters and trend followers, and the coalition is a follower, which is really sad because they have gears.
No, they really are. I'm really tired of Microsoft developers just taking over franchises and then trying to not do the thing that people want from the franchise. Like, that's the reason Halo's fucking dead, is because you gave it to a studio that literally said outright they don't like it. And, like, Gears 4 was a better, I guess, stepping stone than Halo 4 was, but Gears 4 was also basically just Gears 3 again with a handful of changes. Which, like, nothing wrong with that if that's what your jumping off point is gonna be. But, like, that's the thing. It's supposed to be a jumping off point. You're not supposed to then just abandon the thing.
They did a lot when it comes to doing a lot of stupidity.
Yeah, Gears 5 was such a fucking, like, I don't even know what to make of Gears 5. Like, it had a lot of hype and it had some decent ideas. I think the movement in Gears 5 is great. I think the shooting in Gears 5 is good. But, like, the level design is atrocious. The open world was a terrible idea because of how half-hearted it was.
I played Hive mode, and I did the Hive storyline with our Hive Busters thing.
I've heard really good things about Hive Busters, but I just never tried it because at that point I was tapped out.
It's that same thing though, where like we've been bitching about the Marcus Phoenix collection that has been like, rumored now for years. And we have gotten a whole lot of jack shit on that front from the coalition too.
It's such an
It's
obviously
obvious.
good idea. Why are they not doing it?
It's obvious, and it's also incredibly painful for the fact that they absolutely shit all over Gears with Gears 5.
It's savable is the thing.
Incredibly savable.
It's so savable.
I would also say for the Gears 6 idea, like, could it work hypothetically? Yes. Should you even attempt it? No. Just no.
The thing is, too, it's kind of impossible to have an open world game where you don't kind of loosen your grip on the pacing. The reason why the Gears games had such good campaigns was because they knew how to pace things. They knew where to put, like, the quippy dialogue, they knew where to be serious, and they knew that, like, you didn't want that much downtime in between big shooties, but also they had a great control of when you were getting from thing to thing to thing. And like that was the biggest problem with Gears 5, is the open world not only completely destroyed that, it was also just that the coalition does not understand how to, even in like the shooty sections, they do not understand Gears level design at all. Like when we were replaying Gears 5 a few months ago, like I could boot up Gears 1, 2, or 3 right now and have fun with it. I've played those games a million times, I could still have fun with it because it's basically a shooting gallery with extra steps. And that's what it's supposed to be. But, like, we couldn't even finish Gears 5. We couldn't even get to, like, through the third act of Gears 5 because it's just so fucking boring. Like, it's not only is the open world a complete pace killer, but the enemies are complete bullet sponges. The AI is basically just stand here, slowly walk towards next piece of cover, and that's it. And making it open world is not the solution. The solution to the problems with Gears 5's level design is to simplify. It's to look at what worked with the first 3 games. Not try to go away further from it, because that's what drives me insane about the Coalition. They have this habit of, like, they haven't mastered the fundamentals, but they're going to try and one-up them anyways. It's like, you can't one-up the thing if you don't even understand why we liked the thing to begin with. Fucking what happened to just linear storytelling? Give me linear storytelling back. I don't want more open worlds. I don't like them. Aside from, like, the Arkham games and Spider-Man, I don't want open world games. I don't like them. I like games that have a more, like, I like games that are a bit more structured. I like games with a bit more, like, of a firmly crafted pace on the way the story is told. I always have leaned more towards Metroidvania and just more straight linear or, like, open linear design, and that's why I like Gears of War. Gears of War is, like, it's definitely very linear, it's very hand-holdy, but, like, that's...
At the same time, it works because it was so good.
Yeah, it's to the benefit of the pace for a game like that. A game like Gears of War, like a fast-paced third-person shooter like that, you kind of need to have a grip on the way at the pace that the story is being told. Unless they're gonna do this like the fucking Lego games, where it's like there's an open world overworld, but then you go to certain places and then get teleported to a linear level, which again is just going to drive a stake into the pacing. Like, there literally is no way to do this. There is no fucking way to tell the story at the pace you want to tell it in an open world setting, and also with the way that the Gears of War gameplay loop is designed, you need it to be linear. You need it to be like, alright, here's this arena, here's this arena, here's this arena, here's how you're getting from these arenas, like, here's how you're getting from arena to arena to arena. You literally cannot have that in an open world game, because then those arenas are just sitting there. What if I'm not in the perfect place in the arena for when the fight starts? Like, this isn't The Division. If they try to make Gears 6 open world, it's just going to be Division 2. And I like Division 2, but it's not Gears.
It'll be a weird mishmash of The Division meets Borderlands, and it's
That's
gonna be all the and it's gonna be a bunch of bullet sponges, and I'm gonna want to pull out my eyeballs.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too. If you have an open world game, there has to be some kind of progression with the enemies, which means if you hated how bullet spongy everyone was in Gears 5, it's just going to be worse.
Now they're going to add numbers to it, and as Yahtzee Croshaw says, the numbers. That's all the game becomes. That's all it's going to be, is the numbers that you have to do to get higher numbers for other people with higher numbers.
I don't want it. Stop peeing in my mouth because I just want a new Gears of War game.
It's the moment in time I'd love to see them do a game kind of like Judgment, because it'd be smaller and more concise, and then everyone's going to be like, holy shit, the Coalition can actually make a good Gears game. And then they look at their open world Gears 6 game and go, oh fuck. It's like, we messed up. And they'd be like, yes you did. Now go back.
I just am tired of everything being open world.
Dude, I agree.